What's up guys, it's Oblivious Gamer here, and well, SD Gundam Battle Alliance is finally here. And this is a game I have been looking forward for quite some time because I'm a massive Gundam fan, and also I did enjoy the demo a lot. So now that the game is out and I have been putting hours, I have to say I am having a ton of fun and I'm enjoying a lot what the game is. However, the game does have some caveats, and I don't think it's gonna be for everyone. Now, before I continue, if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe. SD Gundam Battle Alliance is described as an action RPG based on SD Gundams or Super Deformed Gundams. The game is coming out on every platform basically. This game really feels like a love letter at times to the franchise just because there's so many moments that are references, such as when Sakura has to install a new program to Haro and you get these slight quips that are like, oh yeah, I remember that. Or moments when you have some really nice looking cutscenes and fights. The plot for the game is okay-ish. At times for me, I do feel it works in a good way so that it makes sense that you can see all your favorite characters in mobile suits together and even get to see them interact. Now, the story starts with you, the commander, your programmer Juno, and her Haro getting teleported in the middle of a mission to the G universe. There you meet Sakura, a AI program that requires your assistance. Juno ends up renaming Sakura to Sakura Slash, which is how she's going to be referred from now on. It is explained that the G universe is a computer data space, and it's revealed also that despite the battles being simulation, the outcome of the simulations can affect actual history. When history is altered, it is referred as breaks. So you, the commander, will be going on break missions. Doing the break missions will get you fragment keys, which will help you restore history. Something happened that created alterations and problems in the G universe, which is affecting history. You also meet Hermes, an individual that seems to be on the forefront of this, constantly challenging you as you're trying to figure what's the deal with him. But there seems to be more to him, as you will find out. You will be at the center to try to help and fix the problems. Of course, things won't be easy for either you or even your companions. The story for me feels okay-ish. Like, there's a lot of references to many of the Gundam shows. The game, I feel, does a decent job of giving you an idea about characters and the plot. So like, let's say you didn't watch Iron Blood Orphans. The game does give you background information on key aspects, so when you're doing the missions, you're not going too blind, which is nice for those that miss out on some of the stuff. It's also fun seeing all your favorite characters talk and interact too, but again, I don't think the story is much crazier. It feels at time it's more like fan service. It's not bad, but it's okay-ish. Like, I get more excited for some of the fight scenes, and I'm more focused on like the gameplay and getting, the mobile suits. The gameplay, I feel, can be fun. It's an action RPG, but I did say it does have caveats. Of course, the basics is you have a melee attack and a special melee attack. Most mobile suits will have a range main attack too. Each mobile suit has 2 sub-weapons. They're all very different and vary depending on your suit. So this is a big part of making them feel unique. You also have a stamina meter that some actions will consume, like using your boost, dodging, jumping, and of course flying. You have a meter that fills up, which can be used for special attacks, and that will consume your full SPA meter, and it is a powerful move. Let's go! There's also a blue meter below your name, and that can be used for chain breakers, which use half of the meter and have different effects based on when they are used. Or you can use a roll action call, which also uses half of the meter. The game also has a combo system, which starts basic, like doing 2 melee attacks into a special melee attack to throw your opponent in the air, follow them, and then throw them down. I feel as you play the game, you can get better and learn how to use the sub-weapons and timings, so you will be able to expand the combos. Also, knowing how to do that free fall that makes you drop quicker when you're in the air. And knowing how to mix your skills into the combos will of course play a role. You will be dropped with 2 other suits which are controlled by the AI. You get to pick the mobile suits. As you get mobile suits, you will be able to add them to your squad during missions, level them up, and also increase the friendship with them, which can lead to boosts. Mobile suits are divided into 3 roles. Infighter, which are your melee focus. They have excellent HP but struggle in long range. You have all-rounders, basically mobile suits with well-rounded capabilities with powerful specials, and finally sharpshooters that excel in long range but they have low HP and aren't good in melee fights. Each mobile suit, I would say, feels unique, especially when it comes to their animations and sub-weapons. Most units can do the basic combo which I mentioned. I feel as I'm playing, I'm able to expand those combos and keep it going since I'm learning what moves to use. Most of the time, it is fun to fight as you progress the mission, and the boss fights can be exhilarating and complicated, as sometimes you will fight mobile suits, but other times massive mobile armors that will test you for sure. When it comes to the mission, I would say they're very straightforward and mostly similar. Like, you're dropped in the map, you fight some enemies, and eventually you reach a boss to fight, and that's the mission. There is some variety from time to time, like you defend a base. One of the missions, I was defending the Archangel as it was trying to escape, and that was fun. I'm not saying it's too bad, but most missions follow the same style. Now, this game, you will be able to collect mobile suits and use them. The way you collect them is by getting their blueprints. You're able to get the blueprints through missions. Some mobile suits will require more blueprints than just one, which can lead for you to replaying certain missions. But don't worry, the game does tell you where and what missions to do to get the certain blueprints that you will need. You will be able to level up your mobile suits, usually by using the currency you get by completing missions. Mobile suits are capped at level 15, however you can uncap them, which will cost uncapped materials. There are other ways to make your mobile suit stronger. Doing missions will grant you parts, which all have different stats, which you can add them to your mobile suit. As you uncap your mobile suit, you will be able to add more parts to make your mobile suit even stronger. You also have skill sets, which you start with 1 and can get up to 3 as you level up, which of course are gonna have different effects and you'll be able to mix and match depending on how you want to approach fights. I want to add that the game has some of the soundtracks and songs from their respective Gundam shows, which are pretty nice. Now, the game also includes the ability to transfer MP3 songs and add them to the game from a USB drive. At least the PlayStation version has this option. There's also the multiplayer aspect of the game, which is a nice addition, especially the fact that you can play with 3 friends and do missions and fight and have a blast together. The game is a fun experience, at least for me. I've been enjoying it. However, there are some drawbacks. I still feel the camera is a bit weak, and in some situations you can get your vision blocked. It's not something too constant, but it does happen from time to time. The other problem is there's a lot of particle effects. So there are times where like you're fighting a mobile suit and like you and your AI teams are just piling on top of the mobile suit and just beating the crap out of them. But because there's so many effects, you're like, what the hell is going on? The targeting feels a bit wonky and not very quick. Combat can feel very simple and dull, especially if you're not one to try to use different moves and explore. At the same time, the game really doesn't give you a reason to do a 30-hit combo. Like, it's not like you're gonna get bonus experience or like bonus currency if you manage to do a 20-hit combo. And at the same time, when you can just finish your opponent easily with an 8 or 9 hit combo, why like do an insane 30-40 hit combo and waste resources and try to like link everything together? So I also feel that's another thing, like the game doesn't really incentivize you to go above and beyond with the combos. There's also the aspect of missions feeling very similar, which for some people it might put a damper in the fun, as they will feel they're doing the same thing over and over. The replayability has 2 sides. It can be fun for some, like me, because I like replaying the missions, but for others it might not be. Especially since you will have to get resources to be able to level up your mobile suits if you want to play. And this can lead to a grind, because you will have a decent amount of mobile suits. They all start from level 1, and if you unlock Wing Gundam, and I have freedom at level 15, then like, shit, I have to put some resources in Wing to try level up to 15. But at the same time, I wasted all those resources that I could have put at Freedom to increase the level so I can continue playing the story mode and not get, annihilated by the boss fights. I think for people who don't like the aspect of having to replay missions to get items or money, they might not like this game. And grinding to level your suits as you start with all of them from level 1 might not be fun, and also they can get very expensive as you uncap them. And these are just some of the biggest caveats I feel I want to highlight. There's still some. I feel the game is obviously not perfect, but I at least am able to overlook some of the stuff. But I do want to highlight things so that you guys don't have to, or at least you guys can get a better idea of what you can expect. I'm having a lot of fun with the game, and I'm definitely enjoying it. I feel it really met my expectations as to what I expected from this, and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna keep playing it and having fun. The story is okay, like it's not, I feel generally people who are Gundam fans most likely are gonna enjoy the game, especially since there's a lot of like moments from the animes that you're like gonna recognize, or characters. However, the game is not perfect and it does have its problems. And I would say if you're not sure about the game, then if you can, try the demo. The demo is perfect to give you an idea of like what can you expect from this game. So like if you're enjoying it by the time you finish the demo, then yeah, try to get the game. If not, then wait for a sale. For most people, I say I can recommend the game. There's a lot of references, recognizable moments, character you love, and you get to see interact. The gameplay can be fun and enjoyable, but obviously it has to be up to you, and the fact that you can play with friends is a plus. But if a lot of the stuff that I mentioned is a concern to you, then wait for a sale. So I would say for most people, buy or wait for sale. For me at least, it's a thumbs up. I genuinely been enjoying the experience, but I do understand it's not going to be for everyone. If you're uncertain, as I said, most platforms have a demo that I definitely recommend you giving a try. As always though, it's not just about me. What are your thoughts, guys? Have you tried SD Gundam Battle Alliance? Feel free to leave your thoughts down below. This has been Oblivious Gamer, and I hope you'll have a wonderful day or night wherever you are.